Before the video starts, I just wanted to quickly show off my PlayStation, Twitch, and also Steam recaps. However, though, with the PlayStation one, I've been working between two accounts. The first one is my most recent, being flopMeister 0, whereas my second is my actual oldest account, so being flopMeister 0G. Get it? OG. I'm funny. So I'm going to be playing more on the older account, which has Doom 3 BFG edition planned on it and whatnot. So we may see some of these games from my newer account come back onto my older one in this year, hopefully. Maybe something like Elden Ring or Bloodborne, but it's fine though. But it's just fortunate and also unfortunate that I was able to recover my old account, so it's fine. It just means we have more to play. Well then, it seems that we've hit another big point in the year. It is the end of 2025, going into 2026. And the last time I done a flops recap was back in 2021, so our times have changed. But no, I thought I'd kind of make a bit of a recap, I guess, of me talking about, I guess, being a bit selfish me. And just talking about what I expected hopefully do, and I guess as a little bit of a diary for me, I guess, to kind of talk about, maybe as inspiration for next year. But no, though. I think will probably be a good place to start would be this year and reflecting on it and the previous years. I want to apologise. I haven't made a flops recap since 2021, and that was back when I first started streaming. So I think it was long overdue. But to be fair though, it's been quite busy since then. It's been quite busy. Essentially moved a ton. Moved so many times, man. You guys probably have seen it, maybe. You guys will probably see it actually in some videos. But my background's always changing. My background's always changing. It seems like I'm always moving into a new space. And you're exactly right to think that I'm constantly on the move. And I would hope that it kind of stops soon. Because it's kind of getting a bit wearing. A very important part, though, about all that whole journey, though, is that I feel like this past year has been a lot more stable. There's always things that are gonna make me feel very unstable, but I think in the grand scheme of things, things could be a lot worse. And I'm just blessed for literally a roof over my head, and being able to have some warm food and a warm house. So that's something to always feel happy about. But no, I think outside of that though, I think this year's been very, very productive in that we've played a lot of the games that I was not able to play in the previous years, especially with like Hollow Knight, Celeste, Platinum in those games after so long. Like, god damn it! Like, I thought I'd never be able to do Hollow Knight. Genuinely didn't think so. So that was just a huge bucket list item off for me. I can now go into gaming now just feeling completely happy. I'll just go ahead and play a bunch of games now and have just a massive backlog, and I still won't feel the same dread as I do playing Hollow Knight for absolute radiance. God damn, that 100% was disgusting. But aside from that though, like even the whole Dark Souls series, which to be fair though, I kind of want to go back to, because as a lovely thing, we were able to get our old PS4 account back. And that has a lot of our games on there, and I realised something massive, because I'm on a huge archival project at the moment, and this is probably this may come into next year as well. I'm also checking out how many hours played I have in these games, and this is only because of the fact that I actually found this account. I'm still on the lookout for my Xbox 360 account that I used to have years and years and years ago, and I still want to try and find it, but I just don't know the username. But as soon as I find a username, then I can whittle it down from there. I can't find the email though, I've been on a mission. But what I have been able to find though is my PS4 account, which has been the account that I used for the past 8 years. But I obviously lost about 3 years ago. I have about 2,900 hours in Minecraft on that game, on the PS4 specifically. And I just realised now, about 1,500 hours and 1,560 hours in Fortnite. So I've now realised what I did for those 6 years. I now realise what I did for those 6 years. That is funny. But it's been interesting though, because there's loads more time I played on games, but I just don't have it recorded yet. That's why I'm constantly updating the games backlog at the moment, or the games backlog Excel file, because obviously I'm adding new stuff to that to add to my recorded games section. But anyway, yes. So yeah, bit of a tangent there. Sorry, I've been on a hunt for a bit of an archival project. So yeah, we're able to regain our PS4 accounts, a lot of our Xbox 360 accounts. We still haven't got that piece of the puzzle, that final piece of the puzzle I used to have back way when. I'm getting really into games again. Sorry, I should be talking about something else because it's something we can always talk about. But yeah, if you guys are ever interested though about what I'm doing in the background, then don't be ever afraid to just ask me on stream or ask me in the comments, because I'm always up for it. And similarly, what I'm also really up for is any suggestions you guys may have for any series to watch, because I also was able to get around to watching a lot of series this year. Now, I started the year off, I think it was Gravity Falls. I don't know which one I was actually. No, I think it was between regular show or Adventure Time. Oh yeah, of course. I think it was Adventure Time, if I can remember correctly. Yeah, we watched the entirety of Adventure Time. We've watched JoJo Bizarre Adventure from start to finish. We've watched the the whole Batman animated. No, that was last year. We're currently watching the films at the moment. We watched the entirety of Mad Max whilst I was doing my Dark Souls 3 runs, because god damn it, I've watched so many movies this year. And I've watched Shrek all for like the first conscious time, which is fantastic, man. And there's so much I could say here, but all I can say is if you guys are interested about what I've watched in terms of the in terms of I'm planning on making, and I am making, a media backlog, a media games backlog, whatnot. If you guys have any suggestions for me to watch anything, then please do, because I'm a blank slate. I'm a blank slate coming into this year, and I want to come out the next 40 years a cultured mofo. So if you have any suggestions, then give me a shout. But yeah, currently now watching. But if I had to kind of recap though, at least what I'm watching currently, I'm currently going through the Batman DC Universe movies, the animated ones, and they're fantastic. I literally watched recently the Death of Superman, and the Reign of Superman, or the Rise. The Rise of Superman wasn't as meh. The Death of Superman though was pretty good actually. I really enjoyed it. And like Batman the Killing Joke and whatnot. Because I know that last year I watched the show, but I didn't realize that there was actually movies. So now I'm rewatching those. So yeah, fun, very enjoyable. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And also another thing I can kind of think about as well is like next year, the Steam Deck's gonna get announced. Like this whole like portable PC. So honestly, in fact, the RAM prices nowadays, that is funny. This whole AI shtick is getting mental. But no, well, next year there's gonna be a bunch of new games getting released. There's also gonna be the whole Steam Machine or GameCube that's gonna get released as well, which is fascinating. I love that as a concept. This kind of like small box. I really want to make something like that as well, but you can't get like onboard GPUs just commercially made. It's really annoying. Well, you can get commercially made, but you have to get through specific manufacturers. You can't just get it on Amazon, which sucks. Not like a GPU. But see, I got PS4 now. I had a PS5 a little while ago, and I had it for a very small period of time when I was playing Elden Ring. Now, a PS5 isn't bad, but I had to sell it because I just didn't feel like I needed it. Now, I'm kind of coming back to the topic, and I'm like, do I get myself a PS5 again? So, this section was basically just going to be me explaining differences between a PS5 and a PS4. But I realized that my vision was heavily skewed because the PS5 Slim is actually sick compared to the original PS5, which was trash, heavy, bulky, and just a bit loud. But I think I've realized a very valuable lesson. It's the experience. Money comes and goes. I will be able to save money digitally. I'll be able to save money from not buying everything digitally, so then I can also resell it once I do. But as long as you have a baseline experience that is consistently good, not like with Cyberpunk 2077 on the PS4, where it's about 3 to 4 years behind in terms of updates, and the game was incredibly glitchy and basically ruined the experience for us. And I'm not going to go ahead and replay because I've sold it now, but I should probably try to invest into that time at least, because recently we were playing, what is it, Doom 3 BFG Edition on the PS3, and literally each time I died, it took us at least 2 minutes, not 2 minutes, at least a minute to load back in. Now, don't get me wrong, the PS3 and its games are goddamn amazing. I can't make it go any faster though. I got myself a PS3 Super Slim with an SSD, even though that the PS3 only has SATA 2. At least it makes it more reliable and less deadly. But at the end of the day, you're getting the best baseline experience, so then you can go ahead and play a bunch of these awesome games with a bunch of amazing people, like ending the year out with playing with some guy that you were able to get in contact with over PSN trophies to help you with the last Doom 3 bloody BFG achievements because they were on a dead multiplayer server. It's all about the experience that you have rather than trying to constantly weigh up if you can afford it or not, which I guess in my case I can at the moment. And I guess I'm having a bit of a hard time trying to, I think that's something I want to try and get into doing in the new year, is trying to invest, either that be financially into actual investing, or invest into my own time and invest into our hobbies, because this is something I really enjoy doing, and being able to just have the best PS4 experience I think is worthwhile. Because if I do have a problem with the fact that you can't save to a USB drive, then just make sure that the game I get is a PS4 game or the PS4 equivalent, because obviously PS5 games and their upgrades, you can't download them without a PSN subscription, and even then you can only get the most recent upload, so you can't make multiple and then revert back to any point in the game. Which sadly happened with Milena, where I beat a cheese to the first time, but then I couldn't go back and fight her normally the second. But ayo though, we live and learn. So at least I'll be able to go ahead and play up-to-date titles without having to spend extortionate amounts and be able to resell them at that same price. So yippee! However though, before I ramble on anymore, I need to get this released, so let me then continue on to previous me talking about PCs and hardware. Hopefully next year I can get a bit more of an idea about like what the hell I'm going to be doing in terms of kit. Like, my laptop is fantastic. I'm so glad I got what I did, because like literally it's a Asus TUF Gaming A15. It's DDR5 4800 megahertz, RTX 4050 in here, and also a Ryzen 7 7600X. I'm not decided. I can't remember specifically. And I got this for like £550, which is amazing, amazing price. And I was never going to be able to get this again. I'm glad that I've kind of shrunk my PC setup down to like a laptop, and my PS3 setup, and also my PS4 Slim. My PS3, I got PS3 Super Slim, and I got PS4 Slim, and I got a laptop. So my god, my whole setup is just slim, like me. But like still, built like a stick. But no, though. So yeah, we've done a lot. I think a lot in that case. Also uni, I'd say as well. Basically, for those who don't know, I'm obviously, well, I'm kind of talking about this now. And I haven't really introduced myself. I'm the flopMeister. I'd left about 4 years ago, and I've come back now because obviously I'm on the new flopMeister channel. So a lot's changed in that time. And when I was initially uploading to this channel, I was actually going on a journey to become a physiotherapist. But as time went on, I had realised it wasn't for me, and it was pretty tough in that time. It was back in 2023. Because literally I just sunk so much time, got very ill, and I was feeling really at rock bottom. Like I couldn't go anywhere else, and we were in a very very unpredictable living circumstances as well. Didn't really have a lot to my name. Yeah, things weren't looking very good for the flopmeister. But we can't pull ourselves out of it though, and we're now on to our second year of computer science in university, which I'm really am happy about in a lot of ways. I feel like this was the path that I really wanted to go on. I found a lot of joy in it, found a lot of love. I'm not perfect at it. I'm very bad, but to be able to just know that I can create something like in Minecraft, but just in my own time, for me to be able to make a career out of this, it's and also contribute towards stream with it as well by making my own projects, by making my own streamer bots and whatnot. It's such a fantastic not just hobby but also career that I really want to see how we can explore. So if anybody that's a computer scientist, anybody that's like interested in the field, please talk to me because I want to know more. And to be fair, I just had this one thing I really wanted to mention. So there's not many wins that I have, but I think there's in terms of food though. I don't talk about much about food because it's kind of like something that I don't talk about much, but I'm very much interested in because obviously I got quite a health background when it comes to things like physio, sports, and whatnot. But I found this really amazing combination. So if you get yourself a tin of rice pudding for like 29p. Now I'm on like a bit of like a vegetarian diet. Not because I actually no, it's not even because I want to. It's actually no, it is because I want to. Bloody hell, I'm pretty much borderline vegan to be fair. If it wasn't for the rice pudding that I get, but anyway, so if you get yourself a tin of rice pudding, 29p, then you get yourself about 3 kg worth of soy protein isolate, which costs about £29, and then you get yourself some bulk vanilla flavouring with some sultanas and then obviously some maybe sucralose sweetener, then you get yourself like an ice cream of just amazing nutrition. I didn't realise that this exists, but like this is my lunch now. This has been my lunch now for the past few months, and the only reason why I haven't had it for lunch is because I'm either trying to get through something that I haven't that's been sitting around in my cupboards for too long, but like this combination has changed the way that I eat. And I get to have it each and every day, and it's healthy, and it's protein in it, and it's a full amino acid profile. There's like carbs, there's sugars, maybe sometimes a bit too many sugars, but ayo, I don't eat much in a day anyway. And then enchiladas, because I know at the start of the year my diet was weird. I was trying to figure out what I was trying to eat, but then now I'm like, damn, I know what I'm doing. Anyway, I don't know why. I don't know why I wanted to mention that, but I just really like that. I really like that meal, and I wanted to share it for anybody that is struggling to have a decent meal. Um, because at least that's what's keeping me going instead of having to buy out and do all that kind of stuff. Because, well, actually, yes, I guess that's something else as well. In April time, I had an allergic reaction to egg. And there's a reason why, I guess, in a lot of ways, I do lead a very restrictive diet in that case, because although I can definitely explore different meals with still being very much allergic to eggs, sesame seeds, and peanuts, I just don't feel any different. I don't taste any difference. Maybe it's because the fact that my palate is just dulled, very, very, very much dulled. But it's like when I think about it, I am incredibly happy just eating the same thing over and over again. And as long as I know it's safe with no may contain this, no made in a factory that, and whatnot, and obviously including the allergens there, it makes me feel a lot more safer with what I eat as well. So I'm having to relearn how to eat, which doesn't inherently make sense, but in my case, it was specifically if I'm not gonna try, I don't know, going out for a meal because I just can't trust how most people are gonna feel on a day. I would instead try an ingredient that I know I have full control over, or try a new vegetable, or try a new combination of foods. So you know that you are safe, you are comfortable. It's just that it's different. It's a same food, different meal, if you get what I mean. That has at least helped me kind of digest, no pun intended, this side of me, which is, well, a very big part of me anyway, which is my allergens and whatnot. But no, though. Anyway, I think aside from that, though, that's a lot from this year, I'd believe. I'm starting to become more comfortable now, finally. Because this is our first year actually in a home that I feel like it's home. So it's nice. Anyway, so if I keep on rambling on there, it's coming up to Christmas, so can't wait for that. I'm buzzing. I'm literally 6 days away now, I think, for 2026. But I feel like though it's a year that's gonna be quite important for me, because if I can try and finish out year 2 of uni, then I'd feel a lot more comfortable then going into my 3rd year and finally, hopefully, being on the path to finish a degree. It doesn't matter how tough it is because I've proven to myself by this point that nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. So, but I guess it's not so much that nothing's impossible, but I know the work that has to go into it. So it's nice to know that you're at the end of a journey rather than at the start. Because that stuff just sucks. This year, 2025, has been a big year for me personally. And the fact that we've now collided channels, I'm not just trying to post everything onto the flopSWODs channel or the flop side channel, but we're going to focus now on flopMeister as the name, plus as well projects with computer science and going ahead and trying to build my knowledge up there. With just stuff that I love because it's just something I'm really interested in, plus playing a bunch of games, and then whatever life just throws at us. I feel like no year is good or bad. Each year is just a year toward what I want to do, and just a year that I like to be present with. Because at the end of the day, what else would I be doing? What else would I be doing if I wasn't challenged with something else that I wasn't expecting? If I had to say though, I would like to get around to platinum Doom franchise. If we can, I want to play Kung Fu Panda and Main Ninjas. I want to platinum those 2 games. And I want to redo Doom Bloodborne. I want to at least redo Doom Bloodborne. Doing the platinum for that because reason being, last year we done the platinum for. Oh, this year should I say? This year we did do the platinum for Bloodborne. However, there was a really cool PS4 theme that you could get if you platinum the game, but you have to have marketing and promotions on and enabled, so then you can be emailed the code. Now, I didn't have those on when I first platinumed it, so I ended up not getting it, which really sucks. So, I think what I'm gonna do is, if I can at least get to platinum in Bloodborne, get my PS4 theme, and then be on my way, I think that'd be really cool. And whatever other games then as well, because I've got a huge backlog that I can always pull from. But it's kind of, and also I guess Fallout as well. Fallout would be a really cool one to try out. Not to platinum, but just to play the games, because I know that they are fascinating games. If you guys are ever curious about what I'm doing, what I'm up to, never be afraid to drop by and say hi and just ask me anything within reason. Yeah, because obviously I'm on Twitch and I'm also on YouTube now, so drop by whenever you want to see me. Just drop by. I'm streaming pretty much every single day. Let's hope that I can platinum Doom 3 BFG edition before the year ends. If not, then obviously this video is going to be uploaded alongside of it as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But there should be a bunch of clips though ready to go about what I've been doing for the past 4 years in terms of Twitch. I want to maybe try and do some more home labbing if I can. Maybe try and get some storage so that I can store a bunch of this data that I have and a lot of this playthroughs that I have. I tend to do a lot of off-camera mining, if you get what I mean, playing and platinum in these games. So that'll be quite nice if we can get some sort of like NAS setup possibly, and also do a dissertation. That'd be really cool. I'd really like to do a dissertation next year, and then I don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to do it then for year 3, whilst I'm in the process of trying to do other assignments. And also, yeah, of course, it's a group project next semester. Ah, no, that's the only painful part. I think the one thing I do want to try and get through though, I know is gonna be painful, is that basically in my computer science course there is one group project around designing an application. Now, don't get me wrong, it is an industry that you do work with other people, but when you're in an education setting, nobody wants to do their work. So I'm like, okay, I gotta hope now that we're all pulled together to try and pass, because otherwise, But no, though, Jesus Christ, there's still so much I could talk about. There's always so much I can talk about. But anyways, legends, I want to say thank you for watching today's ramble. Really do appreciate it. We'll be back on later ish, maybe. Have a good Christmas. Yes, Christmas time. Don't know when I'm going to upload this. I'm going to see how far we can get into the Doom 3 BFG edition. If I don't see myself platinum it in time, then I'll upload this. Upload both my recap and also this alongside each other. If not, then probably be a bit sooner. But no, though. Thanks so much. I really do appreciate it. Have a good Christmas, legends. Have a good New Year's. I hope you all the very best in whatever you're doing. I hope you're along the ride with me for this next chapter in my life, which seems to be the fifth now chapter. And yeah, take it easy, be safe, and I will see you all very, very soon. Yeet.